World #1 tennis player Novak Djokovic has confirmed he would rather miss out on the sport's biggest competitions than be vaccinated against COVID-19. He was unable to play at the Australian Open and will now likely miss the French and US Opens as well as Wimbledon. In an exclusive interview with the BBC, he said it was a price he was willing to pay.
The future of Novak Djokovic is no longer a mystery. The world #1 has confirmed to the BBC what everyone suspected.
Have you received any vaccination against COVID?
I have not.
Make it 9 for Novak.
With 20 Grand Slams to his name, Djokovic was desperate to win more than his competitors Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer, to be statistically the greatest male tennis player of all time. Now he's prepared to sacrifice it all.
And I understand that not being vaccinated today, I'm unable to travel to most of the tournaments. That is the price that I'm willing to pay. Because the principles of decision-making on my body are more important than any title or anything else.
Djokovic initially disregarded the pandemic, holding an exhibition tennis tournament in Serbia and Croatia and catching the virus. 2 jabs would have avoided his ordeal in Melbourne in January when he arrived with a visa and a medical exemption for the Australian Open. He says he broke no rules and the mistakes on his travel documents were honest.
I was ready not to go to Australia. I never used my privileged status to get into Australia by force or do anything in this entire process. So I was treated as anybody else.
He was detained alongside refugees and asylum seekers before being briefly released by a court. The Australian government then deported him on the grounds that he could inflame anti-vaccination sentiment.
Which I completely disagree with.
Djokovic is unlikely to play in the remaining Grand Slams, the French Open in May, Wimbledon in June and the US Open in August. All of them require proof of vaccination.
I keep my mind open, so there is always a possibility that things will change in the future.
The 34-year-old will compete in Dubai this week. Unless something changes dramatically, his chances of ever returning to Australia appear slim. Paul Kennedy, ABC News.